Hi guys, I'm Silverwolf and I'm going to be doing this video to, well, basically talk about the new Furby and show my own observations on the new Furby, things I've noticed and stuff like that. Looking at what Hasbro was planning to put across with this new Furby. Now, they wanted to do sort of like a bounce back to the 90s. I happen to have here, if I can just grab a 90s Furby. Now I'm going to do a separate video for these guys, but this is my 90s Furby here, and I don't know why the beak's gone a bit funny on him. I think that I need to sort this one out, but anyway, this is one of my 90s Furbies, and as you can see from looking at them, the new Furby is bigger, and they've gone with the whole thing with the eyes, you know, blinking, and they're not LED eyes like previous few incarnations of Furby have been. The only thing that people haven't been too happy with is the lack of a moving beak on the new one. The ears are not fabric because they wanted to do the light show, which is great. So they haven't done the fabric ears on this one, like with this one either. Again, you know, this little Furby's got a mane and no tail. This one has got like a top knot and doesn't have a tail either. I'm not going to go too much into detail about comparing these two because I am actually going to do it in a separate video, but you can see that this is what they were sort of thinking about doing, an updated version of the original 90s Furby, and if you look at them, it does look like an updated version of the original 90s Furby, so I think that they've done that quite well. The faceplate and all that has been stylised, and it's got a heart-shaped gem which also acts as an on-off switch as well, which is a good idea, I think. It also comes with a cute little comb and the necklace as well with the friendship beads. This is a very 90s thing. I mean, I was growing up in the 90s and I grew up with the original Furbies, and speaking as a child of the 90s, I can say that, yeah, my friends and I all had these little plastic friendship things. I think the aesthetic is quite nice, the colour of the fur and everything is nice. I also like the little backdrop thing that they bought. They provided with the Furby, so it's like his little room. That's nice as well. And having a closer look at it here, again, it's very 90s. As you can see, it's got all sorts of things. There's a Walkman there and a Tamagotchi. Virtual pets are coming back in a big way. 90s toys are coming back in a big way as well. People seem to, because people my age, a lot of them are parents, and so they want their kids to enjoy the things that they had when they were kids. It's got posters on the wall and a Furby bed and a peace cushion, a lava lamp. There's a little pony there, perhaps My Little Pony, Furby, and a little cat. It looks like a Squishmallow though, and they're not really from the 90s, but again, it's very cute. And just all sorts of other different things. And there's the crystal ball that Furby looks into to tell your fortune, and also a disco ball. And there's a Furby's little comb there, and the hairdryer, and the like a jewellery box. And August the 1st. Now this is something else I wanted to talk about, which I said I would talk about in a different video. This is the video. Now in America they came out on the 22nd of June, and that was when I ordered my Furbies. I'm very sorry that I'm only now doing the video, but Amazon was just a pain. They're coming out on the 1st of August in the UK. So was August the 1st the original release date for them? Not sure. But it certainly is the UK release date. Now, another thing that we've all kind of been speculating over is the fact that Hasbro has released these Furbies early. Now, we think possibly that might be because either a prototype that was leaked has kind of made them do an earlier release, or slightly more likely the fact that whenever they release Furby, when everyone else is releasing their toys, which is around sort of August, September time, or at least September for the Christmas market, is the fact that sometimes Furby is overshadowed by other toys. Hatchimals, for example. Furby Connect didn't sell as well because that happened to be the year that Hatchimals came out. It was a toy that you had in an egg and it hatched, and you could only hatch it once, but it was still super exciting, and of course it just damaged sales really for Hasbro. And with the Furby 2005 and the Funky Furby that they brought out in 2006, again, it was for real friends, you know, which is another completely new and innovative toy, and that just killed the sales of Furby. I read in the Daily Mail, I think it was, or it might have been the Daily Telegraph, I think, which is a UK newspaper, that Hasbro's sales have been dropping lately. And because there are other toy makers on the market, such as Moose Toys and Spin Master, that they're just taking over. I mean, they're bringing out so many great toys. Moose Toys especially, I'm quite a fan of what they bring out. You know, they make good quality toys and they've got some good ideas. And, you know, Spin Master, again, another good company. I've got the Bitsy, virtual pet by them, again, which is going to be competition for Furby. Now, the sales of this Furby have done exceedingly well. So, the first, I think they put a load on Amazon. People are speculating that it was actually 2023 units they put on Amazon, which sold out within 24 hours. So already Furby is doing fantastic. This is what people want, and the initial sales of it make it look like it's going to be a big seller again. I don't know whether they'll be able to recreate the thing of the 90s, because back in the 90s the Furby was completely different really from anything that had come before it. It was a toy that you could play games with. It was like a little animal, you know. It would learn English and things like that over time, and it was completely new. Not to mention, back in the 90s, all the rumours that got started. Oh, well, it's got a recording device in it. You can teach it to swear. My friend swore that her Furby could swear, and it wasn't true, but she said she used to have it around, you know, a friend's house, and they'd be playing cards or something, and they'd be teaching the Furby to swear, and they said that, of course, it couldn't really swear. Maybe it said something that sounded a bit like a swear word, but they couldn't swear. They had no microphones, and the whole learning thing was basically, it was unlocked over playing with it, but it was a preset program, and they didn't have any recording equipment inside them. But places like the White House and stuff forbid people from taking Furbies into, you know, government places, because they were spying devices. And that is all true, and that is crazy, and I don't think that with these Furbies that the same thing is going to happen. But I have heard it thrown around that the new Furby, people are saying, oh, I reckon it's got a spying device, a Chinese spying device in it. No, it really hasn't. They are made in China, but it's completely illegal for anything like that to be put in these things, and also they're tested. So, you know, it's not listening to you. It's just not. You can take it apart and have a look inside it and you won't find anything that is listening to you. Anyone can check that. And Hasbro would be in big trouble. And do you think toy companies are really going to take that risk? No, not really. So back to the whole sort of throwback thing. They said that they asked kids what they wanted in a Furby, and most of them said a best friend. So that is what this is. It's a best friend. The nice thing is you can switch it off. I do like also the fact that when you lie it down it goes to sleep. Like the Furby Connects did as well. And that's always nice, because kids they like to take the toy to bed with them, you know, and stuff like that. So provided it doesn't wake you up in the middle of the night, or the kid lies on it or something, you know, it's always nice to sort of tell it stories as you go to sleep or something. When I was a kid I used to tell my toys ghost stories when I was going to sleep. And the Furby's just, you know, it's like that. I found that as someone who's always enjoyed these sort of toys, I too always wanted like a best friend in toy form, and I found that a lot of them were repetitive and it just didn't really work, because when you play with it a lot you don't want something that's repetitive. And this Furby is supposed to have 600 different phrases and things, but the original one only had like 40 or 50, so this has got like 600. And I've noticed it, I've not been playing with it that long, but I've noticed it say some really funny things. And one of the things, and I really wish that you could have heard it, was it did like a musical fart or something. And I know a lot of people didn't like the fart thing with the Furbies, because that was kind of brought in with the with the Furby 2012. I just find it funny. I mean, farts will never not be funny to me. I'm a complete child when it comes to things like that. So yeah, those are my initial observations on it. To be honest, I like it. It is what I thought it would be. I like that you can unlock things with it, like the songs and stuff. It keeps the play value fresh. I like that it's got the light show, because you can have it on in the dark and, you know, the lights dancing across your bedroom walls. That is something I would have enjoyed as a kid. The the chilling sessions, like the relaxation sessions, that's nice as well, because I'm an adult. Adults are supposed to be stressed. This is just what we are. But if your children are stressed, that's really sad. They should be enjoying their childhood. And anything that helps them not to be stressed is just great. You know, it's a great idea. And asking your fortune and stuff like that. Again, it's fun. People used to love things like Magic 8 Balls when we were younger, you know? It is just, you know, sort of like a best friend thing. It's what a friend would do. You know, talk to them, make conversation. And the best part that I was really impressed with was that although the Furby apps were fun, getting kids away from their phones is better, because the amount of kids I see glued to their phones, like even babies glued to their phones like zombies. You know, they should be playing with their toys, they should be enjoying life, they should be going out and that. You've got enough time as an adult when you're just kind of bored and stuff to just stare at your phone and interact with your friends or for your job or whatever. Getting kids to play with their toys, because another thing that's killing the toy industry is the fact that kids are all playing video games or watching stuff on their phones. And my neighbour's got 2 kids, and she said that the boy, he was only like 6 at the time, was already losing interest in toys because he wanted to play on his iPad or whatever. And so the toy companies, I think, are right to try to drag kids off their phones and stuff and get them playing with physical things while they're still kids. You know, I think that's a really good idea, and to be honest, I'm impressed that a toy company like Hasbro would want to do that. Because yeah, we all enjoyed the apps, but at the end of the day, app-enabled toys are redundant. I mean, look at the Furby Connect. People are saying all the time, oh, the app doesn't work. The music theatre doesn't work. You know, what does it do now? Whereas you've got a toy that's completely off your phone and off, you know, apps and things like that, it's going to always be entertaining. You can just pick it up and play with it any time. Even in years to come when they don't make them anymore. You know, someone can discover this and just enjoy it. And I think that is absolutely brilliant, to be fair. I really do. I think that's great. So those are my initial sort of observations on this new Furby. I'm sure that I will probably do an update video about this at some point. But for now, if you want to see more videos of the new Furby, I have a playlist. You can click the boxes that come up below. Check out my Etsy New Monday stores. I make commissions and make plushies and artwork and stuff. Or buy me a coffee on Ko-fi. If you enjoy what I do, everything helps. And I have a Discord as well for Furby and other robots. If you want to join, the links are all in the description. So stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being awesome. This is Silverwolf signing off.